A couple of poor, unfortunate souls took to Reddit looking for advice with their everyday life. And who better to give that advice than two podcasters? I mean, I believe that we are well suited to give people premium advice to fix their lives.
We're literally geniuses.
Well, literally geniuses. We are. We've talked about that. I mean, there's been episodes where we talked about how smart we are, how we were both
study
child prodigies, humongous penises that we work it so great. Welcome back to Two Daddies Judging Baddies, where two normal everyday dads grab you by the hand and guide you down the road known as Reddit. In today's episode, we have people looking for advice, and me and Dylan are going to give these people advice. Now, the only thing is, Dylan doesn't know the stories I've printed out. I don't know the stories Dylan's printed out. For the people that comment about us printing out stories, we fucking hate trees, dog. That's why. I look outside and I see a tree and I'm like, can't stand that.
See, I'm just trying to get the paper industry to switch over to hemp, and the easiest way to do that is to just kill all the trees.
All of them, yeah. All of them. This is like, what is it, the Lorax? Where we're making needs. Fucking, bro, my daughter loved that movie.
Sing the song.
The Need song? I can't.
No, the one that the mayor sings.
Oh, let it die, let it die.
Come on,
let
everybody.
It shrivel up in the, come on, guys. That's fucking epic. All right, so we have stories of people looking for advice. And I thought, why not the smartest guys with the biggest penises? Honestly, we sound like every start to a speech that Donald Trump has ever gave. It really does sound like, we're the best, the biggest penises. We got the biggest. I really feel like.
They're huge.
Yeah.
Just huge.
Kermit the Frog. Yeah. You were like, hey, man, they're huge. They're big penises. You did sound a little bit like Kermit the Frog.
They're huge. Huge with a Y.
I thought that I was absolutely killing the fucking gnat. Get out of here. I mean, it's around me too.
Goes to the stinky one.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I'm like the big fat fish on SpongeBob where the flies are all around them. Bubble bass.
Come on.
Oh yeah, we do got to get into for the new people. It says to make a podcast grow, you got to get into the meat and potatoes really quick, or the new people are going to be like, don't like this.
Who's going first?
TikTok brain. Got to get off of it. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ha! I'm going first. All right. I had to write that up the first time. I didn't bold the title, so now I am going to give you guys a spoiler, kind of. One story, layup. Easiest advice Dylan's ever given in his life. Another story, kind of hard. Going to give you a trigger warning, all right? If you're not an adult, don't listen to it. Like, and it's not like, I mean, it's sexual, but it's not because of the sexualness. It's because it's got trigger warnings. And if words scare you, then this is not the podcast for you, and I'm sorry. My wife of 13 years confessed about an affair 3 months ago. She told me the day after our anniversary that they had sex often. I don't know what to do.
Divorce her.
All right. Well, all right. So that was Mike's story. All right. You don't know. There could be a twist.
There's no twists.
The title pretty much explains it all.
Too long, didn't read.
Yeah, right. There you go. Bam. I'm a stay-at-home dad of 3, including one with special needs. For the past couple of years, it's been a slog, therapist after therapist, for my kiddo with cerebral palsy. 2 other kids in school. It's something we discussed many times. She works and is able to provide for us financially, and I would stay at home with them. That is... How much a girl got to make for you to stay at home?
Enough to pay the bills. I don't give a fuck.
While she's sleeping with another dude.
Sleeping with another dude, I just get alimony and dip out.
Oh,
take them kids.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Get the alimony. 2 years ago, she joined a gym and began a relationship with Jay. Jay and my wife would frequently message on Facebook around random things, but things my wife tried to hide and delete. She has lied about speaking to him, what they've spoken about, amongst other things. We are done having kids, so she used this time to get a breast augmentation and a tummy tuck-like procedure. I would be pissed.
What do they call that? Like a mommy
makeover.
Mommy makeover, yeah.
I would be pissed if I paid for my wife to get one of those and she's immediately just like, I'm going to go fuck somebody else.
Well, she paid for it, but...
Well, yeah. Oh, man. She's just using the property for what she wanted to pay for it for, so... It felt like she was literally going to cheat on me, but she assured me this was just her way of getting out of her motherhood body. She spends an unworldly amount of time at the gym. Before work, off days, literally doesn't stop. She can easily spend 3 to 4 hours at the gym. Not even Dwayne The Rock Johnson does that. Meanwhile, I'm at home with the kids, preparing lunch, breakfast, getting them to school, taking my child with cerebral palsy to his therapy appointments.
Did you just say breakfast?
I said breakfast. I cannot breakfast.
Well, and it's really breakfast, but it's not.
It's breakfast. All right. And I can't, everybody roast me for saying that too.
Well, but I mean, technically it is break fast.
But I'm saying breakfast.
I know what you're saying, but nobody says it right because it's breakfast and you don't say break fast, but that's how you spell it.
Oh, well, yeah. It's not even so I could say breakfast because we just make things up.
And you just shorten it.
That's right. Breakfast.
Breakfast.
Throwing that K in there, too much.
I had to edit my story because every word was like 3 letters long in mine. So it was like, there was no English in this. It was all
the
text-based.
Cat went up the car.
No, a 5-letter word is 3 letters because kids can't use vowels.
It was all text talk.
Yeah.
All right. Things started to get worse. I find that I'm getting more frustrated with feeling like a single parent while she is just living her dream life at the gym and building a career. She feels that I'm treating her unfairly and takes her rings off last summer. She didn't tell me about it, but she said she is stating that we are separated, but no ground rules are laid out. She continues to live her life with her rings off without any sort of discussion. We are definitely in a slump. My skepticism of her and Jay's relationship continues, but we hit hills and valleys in our relationship. It just feels like a valley. It feels like sometimes it improves, some days it feels off, and it isn't going to work. We laid out some ground rules about this guy, and I asked her to block him. They continue to communicate at the gym since she's there so much, but nowhere else. Flash forward to June, I found a text thread while I tried fixing her phone with a random number. It was messages upon messages of her and Jay's relationship. Mind you, this guy's married as well. My suspicions for over 2 years was true. I knew she was cheating on me. I fucking flipped. I was so upset. She said they didn't have any physical contact except for holding hands and hugging. She was extremely adamant that was it. Things didn't feel like they would get better, but eventually they kind of did over a couple of months. That, or maybe I was missing who my wife was. I don't know, but it felt like an emotional affair was easier to forgive. I told her that I forgave her and we recommitted to make this work. It felt like we were more normal than ever. She was being open and honest about questions that I had. The day after our anniversary, she drops a bombshell. She actually had a physical affair. They had sex an unknown amount of times in his car while she was at work. She says they wore a condom. I am so fucking mortified. I already grieved for her once, but now I'm put through another round of mental torment and physical PTSD. She lied again. She said she didn't have sex with him initially, but now she wanted to lay it out. That's what happens. It's like, I want to fix this, but I gotta tell you all the nasty details about all the positions he had.
One time he brought his friend, and it was kind of cramped in the back seat, but
it was.
We just stacked on top of each other, and it was.
Yeah, we made a sandwich not for sexual reasons, but for convenience.
Yeah.
For what is it? Ergonomical reasons. There you go. She says the last time they had sex was in April. I don't know what to believe. She says she felt insanely lonely. I asked her what the dude's at home, like, doing all this for the kids. He just feels, like a dad. That's it. Don't feel like a person. But she's going out and talking with coworkers and going to the gym and living this social life while he's and she's like, I just feel lonely. I asked her why not just get a divorce, and she says she never had that intention and that she cares so deeply for our family and kids. It felt so contradictory.
Yeah.
I don't like that word. She had sex with this guy while also having sex with me occasionally, and she didn't feel the need to tell me that I'm literally banging her after this guy was. Jesus Christ, typing this makes me want to die. I'm using an alt account, but I have details that would make the story more clear, but I do not want to tie in some personal information, as I think I would be pretty easily identified by my profession and personal posts. She states she is utterly remorseful and wants to make things work out. I literally just got myself tested for STDs today. I would have never thought I would have to do this, but here I am. I'm lost, guys. I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a dad of 3, and it feels like my life is fucking over. My kids keep me grounded. What should I do?
Divorce her. Get alimony. And
go tell Jay's wife, too. Oh, man.
Burn it.
Yeah, we're burning this motherfucker down, Pookie. That's it. Everything going down. Oh, God.
Well, there's no way that after, being there, like, and this is like, it doesn't matter whether it's a guy or girl or anything. Like, if that person is out making all the money and you are taking care of a kid that needs that kind of attention, like, when they step out, they got to pay the dues that they owe. Like, as soon as that, all that stuff's going on, alimony, and I'm going to take care of my kids, period.
So the first thing I'm doing, all right, because I don't think Dylan's going hard enough on this. The first thing I'm doing, I'm getting the same mommy makeover she got. I'm getting my tummy tucked and I'm getting titties, okay? Big fat ones, all right? So then I'm also going to get like face surgery so I look more like a woman. Then I'm going to get like a hair transplant so I get a long wig, all right? Then I'm going to get one of them Brazilian butt lifts. I'm going to have a fat old ass. Then I'm going to tell Jay, I'm gonna start going to that gym and I'm going to get Jay to fall in love with me. And I'm going to be like, hey, we should fuck in the car. And as soon as he pulls his dick out, I'm going to bite it off.
Wait,
Revenge.
I mean, you'd have to put it in your mouth, but
Dish best served, biting off somebody's dick. Bro, it's not gay. I bit his dick off for revenge.
yeah, you got titties and ass and all that.
Worth it.
You know, you could
Because
just,
Jay ain't got a dick.
you could just skip all that and just be like, hey, how about we rail my wife together? And then you just go
And then bite his dick off?
Yeah.
I don't like that. Because I think my wife's going to warn him. She's like, because he's been Googling that how to bite somebody's dick off the quickest.
Well, don't Google it on her phone.
I'd Google it though.
I mean, it's biting. Like, do you need a Google lesson on biting?
Bite and jerk. I want to make sure I jerk right. So it's one clean. I feel real bad if you got too much dick. Like I can't really get my mouth around it.
Well,
fuck.
The tip is fine too. I mean, you incapacitate it just by taking the tip off.
I think then like I have to do like a seductive licky motion, kind of get down to the base, grab it from the side. That's why you have to Google how to bite the dick off.
No.
There's many scenarios to why like the shape, it could be curved real weird. I could go to bite it off, accidentally stab myself in the eye, then I'm fucked. I just look stupid. Now he's banged my wife and stabbed me in the eye with his dick.
That's just terrible aim on your part. You can't be that curved. It's not like he's throwing a curved ball.
Well, also I'm gonna have a lot of anxiety. I've never bit somebody's dick off before. I've also never had a dick near my mouth. So these are gonna be whole new things. This is gonna be a whole new world for me, and I might be a little bit nervous. Maybe I'm actually Googling how to deal with the nerves of biting somebody's dick off, and then that's how my wife warns them.
Yeah, but you're not the one fucking around. She's not looking through your phone.
I think the best thing to do would just be like, maybe divorce her, get some alimony,
and then bite his dick off.
take the kids away. Do that thing in Mean Girls where you start putting the high caloric bars in her food so she gets fat.
That's a good strategy too.
That is I don't know what it is about if somebody wrongs you, just watching them get fat. I know people I have wronged, they eat up seeing me on video because they're like, look at that chunky motherfucker. Yeah, big boy ain't you? You a big boy ain't you? Oh, you done got real big. It does. It makes people feel good.
I know when I was I was 17 or 18. I'd moved down here, and one of the girls that I used to talk to up there, I don't know why, but she's like, you're getting kind of fat. And I wasn't fat. Like, I was probably 160, 165.
Big boned.
No, I was like exercising and getting bigger, but like I didn't have like any fat on me. And she's like, you're getting fat in the face. And I was like, well, fuck you too, bitch.
You're like, no, I'm just doing jaw workouts, just working.
Yeah, look at that.
All right, so your story?
All right, so this one's a shorty but a goodie. I guess, how many did you only printed 2?
Yeah, I just got 2 stories.
All right, well, I got 3.
What the fuck you doing here? Are you showing me up?
Yeah, I thought we were doing 3. All right, so 18 male was about to lose my virginity today. So basically, I was mad horny and like you know how it is, a porn addict too. So I was looking around and I found a genuine escort service from a friend. So now 2 days ago, I messaged this girl and we talked and stuff. And I told her today at 3:30, let's do it. She agreed. So now I'm very nervous because I'm a virgin and never even kissed a girl. So like, I don't know what to do. Then I started to read online posts and they all said that I shouldn't go for it. There is still time. You will get an STD and stuff. You can tell who wrote this. But so I don't know. I feel guilty or something. And I made up an excuse to her saying I have to go to my hometown due to an emergency. Do y'all think I did the right thing by not having sex with an escort? I don't know. The guilt is still eating at me. Edit. Thanks you guys for all the advice you have given. Now
fuck that edit. I'm giving the advice.
Now that I I think of it, I feel better that I didn't go through with it. I guess I'll wait till I find someone who I truly love.
See, this is multifaceted because he's like, I feel guilty of it when literally she's just like, okay, all right, I got this guy.
Yeah, it's like a DoorDash type situation. You're not anything special. And like,
right. She's not like, oh man.
She had an opening today at 3:30.
From the way he texted, I just knew it was going to be different. B, you don't have to know what to do if you're getting an escort. She's going to know what to do. She's done it a bunch. And it doesn't matter if you're a virgin, if you're a professional, she's going to do it to you. So he would have just got done. And C, I don't think there is a worst way to lose your virginity.
No.
I don't even think it counts. Because A, once again, she's going to know what to do. So after she gets done doing what she's doing, you still ain't going to know shit.
Well, see, I think too is like basically at that point, it's just expensive masturbation because like there is nothing there. There's yes, like you could get one of those fucking latex fake vaginas and it's about equal at that point. Like, yes, it's a real woman, but there is no like, there's nothing there. It's you came, but that's it.
Right. That's like the friend that's like, I went to the strip club and man, like she was really feeling me. I just know it.
It's almost like her money depends on it.
Right. I looked her in the eyes and the way she looked at me back, it was like there was something there. So now I'm going to go and every Friday when we get paid, I'm going to spend all my money down there.
Yeah.
Which if I tell my friend not to do it, he's going to be like, you ruined my one chance at love, you fucking monster. So I'm just going to be like, bro, that sounds surefire, dude. Yeah. She's absolutely drooling over you. Yeah. The guys that has actually worked for, I'm going to say less than 1%. Better chance of hitting like a small lottery, not a big lottery, not like $1 million, but like $1,000. You got to get like the 4 numbers right, the 3 numbers right. I don't know how gambling works. That shit's for kids anyways. If you look at all the gambling ads, it really does seem like it's for kids now. Crazy how when the online sports gambling got legalized, the youth suicide rate went up. But the suicide rate in older men went down. Fucking wild. Just a little.
I don't see how that correlates at all.
Just a little bit of morsel of information there. How when sports betting online got legalized, because they target youth, they target young people. Now there's 16, 17-year-olds, 18-year-olds just gambling on their phones, losing money. Fuck ton of money. Kids with no sense of.
Are they doing that with fake IDs? How are they getting on there?
You don't need an ID to fucking go to DraftKings.
I would guarantee you do. If it's gambling, then yes.
I think I made a DraftKings account like 3 or 4 years ago. I didn't need an ID. Maybe you need an ID now. I don't know.
I would say any sort of gambling is do you need an ID
for DraftKings?
DraftKings.
Allegedly, by the way, DraftKings, don't fucking sue me.
Says, yes, you absolutely need an ID for DraftKings because they use it for mandatory age identification verification to comply with legal regulations for gambling and fantasy sports.
I really feel like I made a DraftKings account and I never, if it said, show me your ID, I'd have been like, oop, too much work, not doing this.
I don't know.
Because I remember a friend wanted me to do a account because he was getting like, he would have got free $20 or something like that. So I was like, okay. He was like, you just do the account, you put $10 in, which is like me giving him $10 and then also DraftKings giving him like $10. I didn't think about it like that, but I made the account. I don't think I put in my ID for it.
Yeah, but did you actually go through with a bet?
Yeah. Yeah, I made a little, it's not a parlay. You put like a team together and then your team has to do so well and then my teams did shit, so I was just like, I'm never doing this again. I just lost $10. This is the worst thing ever. Yeah. I can never be addicted to gambling because I just don't like losing money. And I'm never going to be like, I'm just so down on myself. I'm never going to be like, I'm just one away from that big win. I'll be like, no, it's my luck. It's this. This is my life right here. I don't win a lot, so we're not really winners around here. You know what I'm saying? We didn't grow up winning a lot of things, so.
Yeah, I think your correlation is not necessarily correct.
It might be. Are you DraftKinging?
No.
Is that why you're defending it so hard?
No. It's just you always come out with these wild takes of like this equals that, and the math doesn't math.
I mean,
15, 16-year-olds are not killing themselves because of gambling money.
Young adults, young men.
I would say maybe like in crypto and things like that, you could probably say yes. But like,
I guess because the thing I saw, it was a big thing on sports gambling.
Yeah.
And it was about how young men are committing suicide at a higher rate.
Yeah, young men, it'd be 18, 19, 20.
Well,
it's not 15, 16, 17.
No. I'm not saying 16, 17-year-olds are
Well,
young
that's what
men.
you said. That's
Well,
what
no.
you said that 15, 16-year-olds,
when they say like
17-year-olds.
young people, it lumps them in there too. But I know 16 and 17-year-olds are gambling on their phones with like DraftKings and stuff like that. So I don't know if like a dad gives an ID or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, they would have to be in there whether they steal their parents' ID or something. Like
don't poke holes at the random statistics I bring up, by the way. Okay.
Yeah.
If I say 68% of people, okay, I got that somewhere.
We argued about this like 6 months ago.
I think it was the CoffeeZilla video I watched. I think it was, and I think he did put. I don't know. Look, CoffeeZilla, don't come for me. Goddamn.
No, but can you come on our podcast and explain it to us?
Yeah, that would be dope. But don't come for us because goddamn, he comes hard. You know, he comes hard.
You got his OnlyFans subscription?
Yeah, I had to, as soon as I was like, he comes hard, I was like, oh, I got to play into that.
How do we get off this topic?
Do you have another short one?
Yeah, it's like a one-pager.
Well, I guess since Dylan wanted to print out, yeah, I do have another printout right here.
But that's for Widowy Wednesday.
But this is for, Widowy Wednesday. So Widowy Wednesday, we are touching on all things nice guys and neckbeards. You know, the guys that, you know, they talk like this. They're your knight in shining armor until you neglect to give them a morsel of pussy. And then they show you their darker side. So we have those. And also, if you have a story about a nice guy that you've come in contact with, you can submit that to mikeanddylan.com, mikeanddylan.com. We will read it on the podcast. And then, I don't know, give our input, give advice to a story that happened like 4 years ago to you. But still, hey, fun.
Today I fucked up.
That's why it should be time I fucked up. I will die on that hill.
Yeah, but like it's like, you know, LOL should be lots of love because one chick says lots of love.
No, not one person. It's not just me
It
over
is just
here.
you.
No, it's not. I'm not an army of one saying time I fucked up. This is a thing on Reddit. It should be called time I fucked up.
And nobody says that though.
They literally say it in the title all the time.
Yeah, they say this didn't happen today.
That's why they don't. LOL, this should be time I fucked up.
No, they don't say that.
They do say that.
We have not read a single story where it said this should be time I fucked up.
Oh man, the comments on this podcast right here are gonna fucking roast Dylan because everybody gonna be like, even if they didn't.
No,
here's the thing.
You're gonna see one comment that says, "Yeah, I agree with Mike," and then you're gonna be like, "See, everybody says that it should be time, not today."
But that's why he's so good at it because he believes it. And I'll see that one, and guess what? I'll be like, "See, everybody was on my side, Dylan." You lose. You lost.
There's one comment on YouTube that says that we should do movie reviews, and Mike's like, everybody says that we should do movie reviews, so that's what we're gonna do.
I live it, man. You do. Look, everybody thinks their impression is really good.
Yeah, I need to watch somebody that explains how to do it so that I can do it.
What's his name? He does everybody. And he's so good at it.
But then he teaches you how to do it too.
Yeah, he does, because he'll be like, you use your throat here.
So you sound like this, and then you go ahead and move that to the back of your throat.
Name?
And then
I know he used to be on like the NFL Sundays. They used to always bring him on there to imitate like John Madden and Gruden and all them. So,
all right. So my ex's girlfriend has been breastfeeding my child. What are my options? Some backstory. I have a school-aged kid and almost 6-month-old baby with my ex. We broke up when I was a few months pregnant, and he has been with his ex-girlfriend since I was 7 months pregnant. We are doing a step custody plan for our youngest. He currently gets 4 hours visitation every weekend and 1 2-hour visitation during the week. We struggled to get here as his girlfriend wouldn't let him have supervised visits at my home with just me when the baby was younger. She also messaged me when my baby was a few weeks old saying I need to let her do visitation with my baby as she is also one of my baby's parents. No, you're not.
What the fuck? Who the fuck is this lady?
Yeah, no, 6 months. So
Swift uppercut solved that.
She's been in there 7 months and she's one of the parents.
Right, yeah, I'm a parent.
I didn't officially meet my stepdaughter like as my wife's partner until the divorce was final, and it was like a year later. And like I had been around.
But imagine 7 months in, you was breastfeeding her.
Yeah.
Wild. This is exactly like my brother, not really brother, who was like, yeah, well, the doctor said since I had sex with her while she was pregnant that
it's my kid.
It's my kid
It shares
too.
some DNA.
And I was like, dog, do you think because you like can't, like you think you could come on a baby and call it yours? You can't do that. Like you can't, some of my DNA got on the baby. I'm sorry, but if you break it down to the simplest terms that you can use, I remember when I told that story and you were just like, I don't like how you worded that, Mike. And I was like, that's what he was saying.
Well, technically, the baby was even protected by the
Placenta.
yeah. There was no cum that even came close.
Do you know Lightning Crashes by Live is the best song ever with the word placenta in it?
Yeah. Placenta falls to the floor.
Ooh, I feel it
Coming back again.
like a roll of thunder chasing the wind. Okay.
All right. So
Okay. Yeah.
I said absolutely not. Dad's girlfriend. Wait, she's dad's girl. Okay, she's dad's girlfriend, and if she tries to call herself a parent, I would sue for parental alienation. That's weird too.
You can't do that.
All right. Both my kids have been going to their dads for the past month or so on this schedule. I pack breast milk for my baby as I am exclusively breastfeeding. I had to figure that one out because it says EBF, and I was like, what is EBF? Why do you got to break it down to that? Just type the words out. Every time the bag comes home with no breast milk used, and the baby is ravenous. I messaged my ex asking if he's been using formula when the baby is there, as he hasn't been using breast milk, and asking which formula he's using. He messaged back saying how he chooses to feed my children while it's his custody time is none of my business.
Bro, just stop. Don't even let that man even see the baby, bro. If you say that back to you don't even get to look at it now.
This morning I was breastfeeding my baby, and my school-age child asked how come I and dad's girlfriend's name can feed the baby. Why are they the only two that can feed the baby? I asked them to clarify. Does dad's girlfriend feed the baby with bottles at his house? Kid says no. She feeds them from her boobs like me. I again texted my ex asking if his girlfriend has been trying to breastfeed my child. Again, he comes back saying how he chooses to feed my child during his custody time is none of my business. I'm understandably furious and don't want to send my child back there again. To me, this is equivalent to sexual assault.
That is, yeah.
She doesn't even have a child of her own, so she's not lactating. I never want her around my kid again. I really need advice on what to do here. Is there anything I can do? I can't find anything online about this specific situation because it's all about people doing it behind the parent's back. But my ex has obviously allowed her to do this, so I don't know if anyone will do anything about it. What should I do? I'm so angry and upset and never want this psycho near my kids again.
So, and once again, the way I did it with my brother not brother story is we're going to break it down to the simplest terms. That lady has your newborn baby sucking on her nipple. Mm-hmm. That is the way you break it down on the simplest. Like she's not feeding the baby. She's not lactating.
No.
So yeah, I'm calling the cops. This is sexual assault. Now you don't get to see the baby at all. How I feed my kid is none of your, bro.
Well, especially because you're not feeding the kid. Right. You're not feeding the kid. Like
the kid ain't getting nothing.
I know that women can start lactating without being pregnant, but like that's not what's happening here. Like the homegirl's just like, oh, latch and I'll start producing. No, it's not fucking happening. The kid is starving and you are abusing that child.
Man. What? Oh, fuck. This feels like people that would be on a Jerry Springer episode. Like, I guarantee it, because she was just like, I'm going to sue for.
Yeah, that part. The alienation of a parent, something or other.
Yeah, just making stuff up. I heard this word, so I'm gonna sue for it. But that's like Jerry Springer type shit. So what I would do, my advice is in the wee hours of the night, I would take gasoline and I would circle it around their house. Obviously, when not my children ain't gonna be there, but a circle of gasoline, because I've tried to make a ring of fire in the forest and the middle just fills up. So you just do a circle around the house, light the match, walk away.
Yeah, I don't think that's how that works, but yeah.
I mean, I think it would work though. It would burn.
No, you pour it on the house.
Well, yeah, you just pour it on the. That's what I don't get to. Just pour it on the fucking, like where the window is, the doors and shit like that, and then they can't get out. It's a house of fire then.
Well, the better thing to do is get something that sticks a little bit better. So use diesel or kerosene or something like that. So that gas is a very volatile chemical. So you could use the gas to start the diesel, possibly. But like once you get that diesel going, it's just going to keep going for a while.
Fuck yeah. Look at Dylan. Should we dig a trench around?
No, I'd maybe pour the diesel inside and then let
I'm
the
sorry.
gas.
Once you sexually assault my kid, I'm burning you down with my ex inside.
Well, that would be the thing is like I would immediately call the police because that is a sexual crime at that point.
Look,
this
is in real life, Mike. Yeah, you absolutely do that because that is a child sucking on a random woman's titty. Like that's sexual assault.
Yeah. It'd be different slightly if she had a kid and she was still lactating and the kid was at least getting fed. It's still not appropriate if it's not been discussed and it's not.
I still say sexual assault because that's wild.
Well, I mean, it is straight up food. So like if she breastfed another kid and she was still lactating and they wanted to feed, I don't get it.
That's
I don't understand it.
When you say it with a baby, you're like, yeah, but the baby's being nurtured. But if you're sitting down and this woman just comes over and pops her titty in your mouth and just starts squirting milk in, you're not gonna be like, well, I was being nurtured.
I mean, I probably would, yeah. just squeeze some
Have
in
you
a
tried
glass.
breast milk?
Yeah.
I never did it.
Yeah. No, me and my friends used to joke about we wanted to make like white Russians out of titty milk. But
And y'all did it?
No.
Oh, fuck. I was about to say, ooh. What kind of story we got here?
Now that you mentioned white Russians.
White Russians are delicious. Look, it's a fun way to drink poison.
Everything you drink's poison.
So this next one's
Except
going to
for
be a
water.
little bit tougher on Dylan. It is not safe for work. So listeners to the Two Daddies Judging Baddies podcast.
Judging Baddies.
The next story you are about to hear is not safe for work.
It's not safe for work.
If you're in an environment where you can't hear a story about dicks, balls,
Bowels.
titties,
Titties.
or vaginas,
Vagines.
turn this podcast the fuck off now,
Turn it off.
or people at your work are going to be like, did he just say dick?
Dicks.
Fuck.
We did get that comment today. Somebody said that as soon as they saw the video, they put their earbuds in because they were going to watch it, but they knew not safe for work
Which one?
on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Today's episode Monday of last week's episode.
This is all just a blur to me. Firstly, I want you to just keep a track of the details as I'm going down in this, okay?
I'll try.
Keep track of the ages and stuff like that.
I'll try.
Okay. My 24 female husband, 38 male, keeps sexualizing my childhood trauma, even though I've asked him not to. I've tried everything. Nothing is working. Thinking of divorce.
So 14-year age gap.
Correct. I've been with my husband for 6 years, married for 2. I know he's older, but he looks very youthful for his age, and he's super fit and active. So
she
honestly,
was 18 when they got together.
the age was never an issue, and he was 32 years old. Dad, my boyfriend ghosted me, and he won't call or text or nothing. I'm like, oh, baby, that's so terrible. And then I go to my wife and be like, he can never call and text if he's chopped up inside of a trunk that's buried inside of a fucking old Volkswagen that's now 6 feet underground. Of course he can't text or call her back. Between the ages of 10 and 15, I was sexually abused by my stepdad when I first started getting serious with my now husband. When I first started getting serious with my now husband.
Oh, wow. It's all the way up to 18?
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah. Fuck me. Look, I'm like, damn, I told him everything, all the details, all the way it screwed me up, all the horrible aftermath, and the fallout from various family members. In short, it was all bad in every way which you can imagine. I'm smiling because of awkwardness. I'm sorry. Within the last 4 months, every time my husband and I make love, it starts out normal, but at some point, he always starts asking questions about time I was abused. He gets real graphic, and because we're in the moment, I always answer his questions.
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. It gets rough. And I'm smiling because of the awkwardness. And I'm sorry, guys. And if you think that is fucked up, you are ableist because I am obviously severely autistic. So I am not prude by any means, even though I have my own kinks, which he always enjoys. But lately, it seems his only kink is hearing me talk about the most traumatic time in my life. The questions he asks are so gross and so personal, and he's never asked these before. The concerning part is he seems to get excited about the details as I answer his questions because he always finishes super fast once he starts asking these questions. I've sat down with him several times and told him how it makes me feel less than, how it hurts me, how it makes me feel like trash, how it always brings me back to a horrible time. I've told him to stop. He always apologizes about it and says he won't do it anymore. But when we start making love, and whether it's 10, 20 minutes or one of our longer sessions, he always ends up bringing it up near the ends of our sessions a few minutes before he finishes. I write this in my bed alone as I've asked him to sleep on the couch tonight because he just did it again after I repeatedly tell him not to. I don't know what my next move is. I'm tempted to leave, but I don't work and would have to take him to court to get some type of support so I can live, and I know that stuff takes time. I still love him, and he's a great husband in every other sense.
Jesus.
Poor baby. But this whole thing is turning me off and slowly but surely making me fall out of love with him. And if he really loved me, why would he continually hurt me like this? Also, is it possible he is perverted liking that stuff? How is this new? I've known him for several years and he never mentioned this as being a turn on. Any advice would be appreciated. I have no family and friends here as I am new to the city and my family lives in a different country. Thank you. Edit. I was not expecting to get so many messages, literally thousands. Thank you to everyone who is sending support. It's impossible to message all of you, so I want you to know I've read hundreds of your comments, and the support made me cry. Thank you times a million. I will post an update soon. My husband's currently staying in a hotel, so I have some time to think about my options. There was no update. So, in essence, the pedophile is now doing pedophile things in the bedroom. So, what advice would you give?
Leave.
That's a good one.
I mean, like
imagine 32-year-old gets with an 18-year-old. Already. Ballparks of weirdness going on. And then wants to know about the time you were molested by your stepfather when you were 12 and 15 years old.
10.
10, yeah, 10 and 15 years old.
10 until she was 18 because he still was doing it as they were
she
meeting.
did the 10 to 15 up until I met him.
Yeah.
So, but that's what gets him off is hearing about a little baby being molested. So we already have all indicators that he is a pedophile. And then, come to find out pedophile stories gets him to climax. So I think, science still delivered and we have a pedophile.
See, we've talked about the situation of like older guys going for, younger girls before. And I've spoken to some girls and they're like, oh yeah, I dated this 30-year-old when I was, 15. And I was like, you were abused.
You were
molested. And they were like, no, I was really mature. No, I was like, no, you were a child and that was a predator. And like, they're like, well, I consented. And I was like, you can't. You're a child. Like, and so yes, when this fucking loser that makes $10 an hour can spoil you with things, that's called grooming. Like that's not you, like, and you guys are in this cute little, no, he's a predator.
Like,
period.
This guy really has his things together. He works at a Family Dollar and
lives at his mom's house, but he's got his own car.
And look, I'm not throwing shade on anybody that works at a Family Dollar. Look, every job is very
But if
important.
you fuck kids, then yes.
Yeah, if you work at a Family Dollar whilst having sex with children, that is a fucking problem.
Yeah. But I think for a lot of girls, they go for older guys and they think that it's like, oh, I just like old. No, you're being groomed and it is a problem. It is not that you are, and like you're so mature that you could pick up a 30-year-old. No, they're a kid fucker and you are their prey.
Y'all see how much I've rubbed off on Dylan since we've started podcast. I remember the first time I ever said kid fucker, Dylan's like, wow, Mike, that's a lot. And I was like, well, they fuck kids.
Well, you like to harp on it for like 5 minutes and find like 17 ways of saying kid fucker.
Well, that's because, look, people will be like, when you word it like that, it sounds nasty.
Yeah.
It's fucking nasty. Like, what? How do you want me to... A person who sleeps with children, people who are not of the age of 18. Like, I'm not going to create one of this goofy ass fucking words to make child molestation sound palatable to your fucking ears. It's not going to happen.
No. Child
molestation should not be palatable to your ears. We should be literally... Look, I'm going to say it too. God, you can't. And it's like YouTube and all these others. Like, we don't condone. I condone this violence. I condone it. You should condone it. This should be something we all condone. Once you take the innocence of a child, of anybody, if you are a sexual predator, once you get into children, that's heinous. I mean, even with women, it's fucking heinous. With guys, it's heinous. But to go after a little baby, look, just all rapists. Because even as I was saying, I was like, nah, I still want to fucking kill the rapists too, man.
Yeah.
Look, I mean, I'm just saying there's a lot of people have bad tendencies. Why can't we just collect a couple serial killers like Dexter and just be like,
Yeah.
have your way with them. Have your way with them. You don't get out of prison, but just, have your way. And we have it on live stream. We live stream it. Morse Critical can fucking do the play-by-play of what's happening.
You kill two birds with one stone on that. Like
Literally.
you let the murderer go ahead and get his jollies, which he's gonna do, and you don't want innocent people to die. So you just let him get those jollies by taking out people that deserve to be murdered.
Like, the stupid ass Batman argument where he's like, I don't kill people because if you murder a murderer, the amount of murderers in the world stay the same.
Not if the same murderer murders.
Not if you kill 2 murderers, Batman. Not if you kill 3 of them. Once you get to like 10 murderers, we're now
Net
minus
positive.
9 murderers on the world. Like you just gonna stop at that one? No, Batman, we want you killing everybody. But he's like, no, I really gotta go beat up this black guy stealing meat to feed his family. That's like, fuck, you really need a supervillain to deal with if you're gonna spend all that money to get into a bat suit. You know what I'm saying? He's got to make it look nice for the investor, so he's always got to be. That was my idea for like the Batman Beyond was Bruce Wayne is because in the original he's like very old, but I wouldn't even have made him the Batman. He's just a rich guy who came up with the Batman idea. So he gets what the fuck is God damn it, what the fuck is the guy who plays Batman Beyond's name? I think it's not Adam. It might be Adam. I might be fucking tripping. But then you have like the billionaire's version of Justice, where he's like, look, it's a guy fucking stealing to feed his family. You got the billionaire's version of Justice, and then you got the poor person's version of Justice. But nobody wants to hear good shit. Zack Snyder, call me. I can give you some. Oh, wait, James Gunn is doing it now. James Gunn, call me. I can give you some fucking great ideas. He's like, does it normally take this much cocaine? Yeah. We're getting to the crazy shit now.
Cocaine fueled Mike. I haven't seen it and don't know that I want to.
It's pretty much me, but I talk faster.
Yeah, so don't want to see it.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, so father-in-law won't allow daughter's live-in boyfriend in his house. It's derailing Christmas. How do I explain this to them?
Wait, what? Read that again.
Father-in-law. So I'm guessing this lady's husband's father, maybe.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's a woman or a man. We'll just assume it's the wife. Won't allow our daughter's live-in boyfriend, so they live together, in his house. So it's derailing all of Christmas activities.
So Papa won't let granddaughter's live-in boyfriend stay in the house because he doesn't want underage people fucking in his house.
Yeah, I don't think he's allowing them to even come to the house.
But the granddaughter can come.
Yes.
But not the live-in boyfriend.
Without the boyfriend. All right, this is a long, drama-filled tale, so buckle in. For background, our daughter and her boyfriend, let's call him Dan, moved in together in August. It was fast. They'd only been together for 6 months, but they're old enough to make their own decisions and are discussing marriage.
We really need ages.
I mean, if they're adults, then they're adults.
Well, yeah, but some parents will be like, 16,
Nobody calls their 16-year-old an adult.
Some weird fucking people do.
Okay, but that's probably not the case. It's probably irrational.
All right, I'm gonna listen to it. I was being conspiratorial.
All right, so Dan had to move away for training this month. They're probably in the military. Dan had to move away for training this month, so they're going to be long distance for a little while, but plan to live together as soon as they're in the same city again. Now, my father-in-law can be a lot. He's your typical rich old white guy who's used to getting his way. He and my mother-in-law visited...
Oh, rich old white guys love fucking over veterans too, man. They love that shit.
Fuck
that guy who served our country, right?
He and my mother-in-law visited my daughter in November, and for some reason, father-in-law took an unreasonable dislike to Dan. No reason was given. He just doesn't like him. Personally, I think it may be because they moved in together so quickly and or because Dan is a person of color. Racism.
Yes, you got to throw that in there with the hating military vets.
Our family is white, but father-in-law would never admit that he's racist.
It's like, what is going on? You said Dan. is it D'Angelo? Like, what is, how does this fit on there? Like, you can't just be a Dan. He's like, my name's Daniel. He's like, okay, you guys don't have that type of name, okay? It's not. It's like, Danala, and it's like, no, he's black. His name's Daniel. He serves in the military. He's the old rich white papa is just like, I can't, it doesn't, so he's a thug and also serves, it's like, no. He's not a thug, okay? His name's not, it's Daniel, okay? And I love him. And he's like, okay, so he is a rapper. And it's like, fuck no, God.
So here's where it gets sticky. Dan will be spending Christmas with our immediate family at our house. His parents will be away and he was going to be alone, so of course we invited him to stay with us. As far as we're concerned, he's going to be family and we'll treat him as such. Now, my in-laws live about 2 hours away. Typically, we would do an overnight visit at their house for the holidays, and we're planning one when we invited Dan to stay with us. My partner was on the phone with his dad, ironing out details, and he told his father about Dan staying with us. My partner was very careful to say he understood that it was his parents' decision whether they wanted to include Dan or not. It honestly never occurred to me that they'd leave him out. Well, my father-in-law had a hissy fit. Said he didn't want that boy.
Oh, fuck.
He's 24. He's 24 years old in his house. Didn't discuss it with his wife, who loves Dan. Oh, so Mama is down with the interracial relationship,
which is crazy because how do you not leave Papa for just being? Well, you did hear the first part that he is a rich man, right? And it's just like, fuck. Okay. Look, you can't. You can fight against racism. You can't outright stop it. So, if your partner is racist, but they are loaded with what the kids call guap, keep going.
He didn't discuss it with his wife, who loves Dan, just flat out refused to include him. My partner and I am so proud of my partner, and I'm so proud of him for this. Told his dad that Dan would be staying with us and part of our holiday plans. He agreed that, of course, his dad had a right to decide who to have in his home, and he wasn't going to push. He suggested his parents could talk about it separately, like not while on the phone with him, before making any final decisions. Then he suggested that if father-in-law truly didn't want Dan in his house, we could all meet for lunch or dinner halfway between our houses, all including Dan. It did not go over well. My father-in-law immediately became defensive and snapped about how it was his house and his choice and he didn't need to talk to his wife. His word was final. He's that guy. The hilarious part to me is my in-laws are devout Christians. So much for the season of love and acceptance, right? Anyway, my dilemma is how to address this without daughter and Dan. I'm furious and disgusted with my father-in-law's behavior, and if it were up to me, I'd tell her exactly what her grandfather said, and that he told us Dan isn't welcome. But my partner says he'd rather just tell our daughter the overnight visit didn't work out, so she doesn't get mad at her grandparents. I disagree. I think she should know the truth and get mad if she wants to. I know I am. So my question is this: how would you address it with your daughter? Personally, I don't care if she gets angry because of the truth, but these aren't my parents and I want to respect my partner as well. What would you do? Edit 1. There's 3 of them. Holy crap, this got bigger than I expected. I'm reading every comment and will respond as much as I can. For clarity, my partner and I are married. I just tend to call them my partner instead of husband. Also, they're one of those couples. Also, I should add that my father-in-law does refer to my brother-in-law as that boy as well, and my brother-in-law is white. That's part of why I'm not sure father-in-law's dislike of Dan is race-related. Edit 3, because it's coming up a lot.
Fuck the racist people. Look,
we aren't going to the in-laws even if father-in-law changes his mind. Lunch is still being debated.
Fuck the racist people that called black people boy, because fucking that is a multifaceted word that is just very good. And listen, for rap, the N-word is too, because it fits so many. Like, listen to a black person rap and then a white person rap, and you listen to that white person rap, you'd be like, man, there's so many times he could have threw that in there and it would have flowed a lot better, but he had to find a different word because he can't use it. We're going to leave that one alone, okay?
Well, especially because you could just wrap it against itself at the end of every line, and it becomes a hit.
I still call white people boy. I just won't call a black guy boy.
I think boy's disrespectful no matter what color you are.
That's why I use it, though. That's why I like to call a man a boy. I don't want to fucking get into an argument. And then they'll be like, wow, are you racist? Like, no, I just want to fight him. Like, no. It's like, I don't hate all black people. I just hate this black guy. Like, I hate this guy who happens to be black. Yeah, fuck that guy. Fuck the ones that use that.
Yeah. So what's your verdict on old father-in-law? Or what's your advice to...
I'm going to be dead ass. Listen. If my daughter is dating a black man and my dad is like, I do not condone this, I'm gonna be like, whoa, Dad, you came back from the dead. That was a pretty good joke, right? Hey, you like that? You like that? But in all honesty, I'm just going, well, fuck you. I ain't gonna, like, my daughter loves him. So anybody my daughter loves, I love. All right. Normally, I would not share a dinner table with a black. No, I'm just fucking with you. But I would be like, hey, it's just not, I don't know, for like the little fucking podunk family I have, they were pretty good about not being racist.
So I had a situation when I was probably mid-20s, like 24-ish, and me and my girlfriend lived together, but we were going to this like lake house, and the couples that were married were allowed to like share a room, but I had to sleep on a couch because I wasn't married to my girlfriend. I was like, what the, like I keep this chick up all the rest of the year, and then like I'm coming down here to go out on a boat and you're gonna tell me I can't sleep in the same bed? Like I don't even need, like, you could say no fucking, that's fine, right. Like put that rule down and say no fucking. Whether we obey that, you know, that's up to us. But
that's why they didn't let you do it.
I mean, I still fucked her down there. Like I just didn't.
That's why they did, but that's why they passed the rule. They said, "Hey, look, man, God."
Well, I almost spitefully fucked her because they said I couldn't sleep in bed with her. So like we just found some other time to do it. So
I respect it. I like your gusto.
Yeah,
your Gunther. Oh, fuck, I can't believe I used that word.
But it was a Christian thing of like, if you guys are not wed, you can't sleep in the same bed.
Listen, I'm gonna let you know.
Wait, that's a rhyme.
I'm gonna let you know, bro. If
you just skipped over my rhyme.
What did you say?
If you are not wed, you can't sleep in the same bed.
That just sounds like a Christian. Like they would make a rap with that line in there, and they would be like bars, bars. You didn't even try to rap multiple syllables. You just did the last one, and you was like bars.
That's how rap used to be.
But man, if my daughter married a black guy, if I had a black son-in-law or daughter-in-law, I'm sorry, listen, to whoever any of my kids wed in the future, fuck me, because every time we're outside, I'm like it doesn't matter if it's like one of my black friends, one of my white friends, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, but he's one of the good ones. You know, every time, I'm sorry, and you just have to be like, fuck Mike, because hopefully the other person would not that racist. So. But yeah, I would always
would come off real racist.
Yeah, I'm not like real racist, just a smidge, just a tiny little bit. British people, I'm just fucking with John.
All right, so here's the update. If you missed the original post, we didn't, so we're just gonna skip by that.
I did. I want to point out something. I made all those 1776 jokes, and I'll be like, British, fuck them. And then I saw how many people in Europe
fuck with us.
And I was just like, I hope they all know that it's a podcast. But they were probably like, oh, Mike, we knew that you were joking with us. You think we thought you were being serious? Harry Potter.
Okay, so the update. I've gotten a lot more responses to my first post than I expected, so I thought I should update. Since my original post, I have had several conversations with my husband, none of which have gone well. I've explained I'm not comfortable with the lie of omission, only telling our daughter the date wouldn't work out, and feel she should be told to ask her grandfather why we won't be going. My husband still disagrees. He maintains that he's protecting her. No, you're protecting your dad, dude.
Hear me out. All right, because Pawpaw, piece of shit. And I can see where the dad is coming from. If I was in this position, I would do the same thing that the mom is saying. Don't have dad kill, because I mean that's going to kill a piece of her childhood, especially if he was quote unquote a good Pawpaw. I mean, sure, he doesn't like black people, but she's a white granddaughter. He's going to love the hell out of her if he was a good Pawpaw, and that's a big part of her childhood and everything like that. When he tells her that, all that's out the fucking window. And that's going to be you know how you're an adult and you find out like, a celebrity you looked up to, you're like, oh fuck, R. Kelly did all that.
Okay. But they are living together. They're talking about marriage. It's going to come to a head at some point, and then she finds out that he's racist, and then you've lied to her. Like, my whole thing is you don't lie to your kids. You don't
rough.
fucking lie to them.
But I like the
lying by omission.
No, the dad's setup is daughter call Pawpaw because Pawpaw needs to fucking say those words.
You're talking about the moms.
Oh, the mom, whoever had the idea.
The mom's the one trying to say, like, hey, this needs to be done out.
But like, Pawpaw explain to daughter why the man she loves cannot come over to her to his house.
But the dad is saying he still disagrees. He maintains that he's protecting her, trying to not let daughter know anything about that it's because of Dan, and that's the only reason.
Right. I mean, what I'm saying is I can see where the dad's coming from. I wouldn't do it like that. Like, I wouldn't say, we're not just going to sweep that under the rug and be like, we're meeting in the middle. So, I'm so glad I don't love any of my family because...
So, what are you saying? Like, because the dad is literally trying to
I'm saying all I'm saying is I see where he's coming from. He's not trying to protect the grandpa.
He is trying to protect the grandpa.
By what he's doing, he is protecting the grandpa, sure. But he doesn't want to say, hey... kid, I'm sorry, my dad's fucking racist, and probably something she doesn't know about her.
He's probably the only way that he's protecting his daughter is.
I'm saying in his mind, I could play devil's advocate and rationalize why he's doing
Can I fucking just talk at all?
No.
So like he's probably protecting the granddaughter's inheritance because if she goes down this path and it becomes too big of a thing, grandpa will be like, fuck you, you dated a black guy, you're out.
Let me hear your offer and raise you a counter offer because I guarantee you tell daughter this, okay? And then she's fucking livid, okay? She's like, I'm going to burn this whole thing down. She goes to Dan and she's going to be like, my grandpa is racist. Fuck all that inheritance. I don't give a fuck. Keep your fucking millions of dollars. Dan's going to be like, baby girl.
Yeah.
Darling. Listen. You said millions?
How long you think your grandpa's got left?
How long do you think he's going to be alive? Look, it doesn't matter if you're black, Asian, Hispanic, white, a guy. You could be like, this person hates you for this reason.
He goes dressed up as like white Dave Chappelle.
Yeah. And that's what he's like, $10 million.
Why, hello there, sir. How are you doing?
Secure the interest of my family for generations. Fuck that old fuck.
And we fucked that old racist guy out of his money.
That's right.
Because I still had a black dong the whole time.
That's right, yeah.
I did not paint that.
He just, right. Everything that was covered by clothing I didn't have to do. That would have been funny if Dave Chappelle went that extra, just everything was powdered.
So you had to shrink it.
Yeah. It's just like, just half of it, rubber banded in half.
All right.
People... Once again, that's racist though, because there are black guys out there that don't have really big dicks. So it hurts the youth. I learned that from a guy. I told a joke one time at a stand-up that, I said, I was talking about how like smooth black people were. And then I can't remember. It was a Barack Obama joke about how, he set all these records by being president, smoothest, biggest dick. And he came up to me and he said, hey, man, saying that is racist too. Like it's stereotypes, even positive ones can hurt the community because then there's, a black child who's like, oh, well, I'm not as smooth. My dick isn't as big. And I was like, fuck, that is a real eye opener. And as that guy was leaving the comedy venue, he actually got hit by a car. But he did like this really cool like triple somersault over it, landed straight up on his feet, tucked his 14-inch dick back in his pants, and kept on walking. I'm sorry, that's such a solid joke. That is a fucking 10 out of 10.
I've heard it a couple times.
You did. Dylan hears all my jokes.
Heard all. All right. I'm still arguing that he's protecting his father and therefore rewarding his behavior. He argues that my in-laws are missing our overnight visit, and that is the consequence. I finally told him I won't be lying to our daughter. If she asks me why we aren't going, I'm going to tell her she needs to talk to her grandfather about that. He can explain his decision to her. While I want to simply tell her father-in-law said Dan isn't welcome, I'm not doing his dirty work for him. Frankly, I'm going to make sure she asks me because I'm not okay with her and Dan attending a lunch with someone who doesn't approve of Dan. It doesn't matter what my father-in-law's reasoning is. She has a right to know, and he has a responsibility to tell her himself. She can then make an informed decision about whether they want to attend. And even more honestly, if they don't go, I don't go. She needs to know I back her unreservedly. Right now, things at home are icy between my husband and I have no idea how this will turn out. I'll update again once there's more info. That one's thanking everybody. Edit 2, I had to take a break from replying to say thank you again. All right, and then we've got the last final update. You ready?
Yep.
All right. Skip by the quick summary. My mind is still blown, but all right, I don't need to hear that.
Her mind is blown. Just wow, so much comments, crazy.
Yeah, that was 3 paragraphs to go through. The too long didn't read of the previous 2, and then the thank yous. I haven't had a chance to talk to my daughter yet. We were supposed to chat yesterday, but weren't able to do so. So that conversation is on hold. I did, however, talk to my husband again. We got a lot deeper into his thinking on what's happening, and I have to say I was surprised. He's more upset than I thought he was about the situation. He was very angry at his father. The fact that my father-in-law apparently rejected Dan for no good reason really infuriates him. He confirmed my husband himself, likes Dan and didn't understand why his father was acting this way. So, no, my husband doesn't share his father's views. My husband talked about how hard it's been all his life to have to be the mediator in his family. As many suspected, this is a role he's played for a long time. It's always been his job to pat things down between his parents, between his siblings and parents, even between his parents and I. My husband's family is extremely conflict avoidant, and somehow he took on the responsibility for keeping it to a minimum between family members. He hates it, but says he always feels stuck. I knew this about them, but didn't realize just how bad it was. So we talked about it, and I think both of us felt better afterwards. But that's not the real update. Apparently, after our last conversation, he did talk to his dad again. I know a bunch of you are waiting in the wings to scream, "Father-in-law's a racist," and I'm sorry to disappoint, but that isn't the problem. And no, Dan, our daughter's boyfriend, isn't a con man and didn't say anything unforgivable. My father-in-law is just a grumpy old man who thinks young people shouldn't be living in sin. That's a direct quote. Now, before anyone suggests father-in-law is lying, because I thought that too, my husband did ask his dad directly if the fact that Dan is a person of color had anything to do with father-in-law's dislike. When I suggested this as a possibility to my husband, he didn't think so, but wasn't 100% sure. Well, apparently, my father-in-law was horrified. He asked my husband if he'd said or done anything to give us or Dan that idea.
What?
And when we talked about it after their conversation yesterday, frankly, neither of us could come up with anything specific other than the boy comment, that father-in-law didn't want that boy to come for Christmas. As I said in my other post, that was my suspicion, and I take full responsibility for it. In my head, I put too much emphasis on father-in-law calling Dan that boy, assuming it was racist. As I said in both my other posts, my father-in-law refers to my white brother-in-law as that boy too. So I'm the one who added the meaning, and I'm the one who suggested it to my husband. I feel awful, and I apologize if I misled anyone. That was never my intention. I really did think my father-in-law could be a bigot. I'm ashamed, to be honest, because it was one stupid sentence in almost 30 years of knowing him. I made a mistake, and I've apologized to my husband, and yes, I apologized to my father-in-law. While they were talking, my father-in-law actually offered to speak directly to Dan and our daughter if they thought this, and my husband explained that no, we were the ones who suspected his issue could be racially motivated. His dad is understandably angry that we could think that of him, and I have damage control to do. I'll be calling my father-in-law today to apologize for that and talk about what's happening. But back to the reason father-in-law doesn't want Dan in this house for Christmas. He doesn't approve of Dan and our daughter living together. He says they're too young, it was too fast, and since they aren't even engaged, it isn't appropriate. As I've said before, my in-laws are devout Christians, so the living in sin aspect is very real to them. I swear the man is still living in the 60s, but that's his main issue. As an extension of that, he thinks they moved in together too quickly. I can see why he'd think that. They only dated for 6 months before, but they've been together for a year now and are talking about marriage. My daughter says it will happen. they're just waiting until they're both finished their training. Both already have degrees. This is a professional training, so he's not military. They're waiting to finish their training to make it official. My
You
father-in-law.
said he got deployed though.
No, training.
Oh.
He was out, like moved away for training, which I assumed was.
Well, now the whole story's ruined.
It's not.
Well, I mean, but
He's not racist. He's not a service member.
what? Like, if you were like, wow, that sounds really. I'm not racist. I love so many black people. Cam Newton is my hero. This is what I directly say.
I think an old guy like him, he'd be like, I love watching Steve Harvey.
Right, yeah. It's like he is the best part of my day. Like, it is great. Well, I let him in my house. I don't know about that. I've never really met the guy. Have you seen that mustache?
Well, he'd probably be like, he's one of the good ones.
Yeah, that's what he would say.
I think it's real easy for a racist to backpedal in this scenario, to just be like, oh no, it's this other issue that I have with them. It's not because he's black. It's because they're living in sin. That can be what I harp on.
You know what my favorite thing is? I love every attempt from both sides. Like, you know what we talk about when I say both sides. I'm talking political shit. Both sides.
Both.
B-O-F. Yeah, both. Their arguments to just like why they're not racist, and it's the greatest thing ever. And because the right, they'll be like, I got like black friends and stuff like that, and I could never do that. And then the left will be like, I overlooked this thing. It's like the Joey Swole thing when he said, he's like, what, colored people is racist since when? Since before we were born, bitch. Like, you ain't fucking that much older than me. Like, I'm younger than you. I know that's wrong.
Wasn't he on live?
Yeah, he was on live and did it too.
See,
man.
like my thing is like you can misspeak. There could be something in our podcast,
right,
that ends up, they're like, oh, you said this. And it's like, yeah, but that's out of how many hundreds of hours of talking, just nonstop. Like, there's bound to be something somebody could get offended by.
When they direct it towards me, though, it'll be like, Michael was actively making a joke, and it was racist. And I'm just like, I mean, it didn't land. Yeah, it was racist. Like, in a nutshell, the joke I said, technically, by all technicalities, racist, okay? Had good intentions. It was the best kind of racism that you can get. Because, I mean, look, I'm in the what is it? I'm in the market to make people laugh. Everything's on the table with comedy. I'm sorry, we don't leave anything out. I mean, if a big inside joke of both podcasts is my grandpa molesting me, then there's not a lot of things Mike leaves off the table. If it upsets you, I'm not going to apologize. You just have to understand that I had the best intentions, okay? So don't come beat me up because I can't run from black people because they're so much faster than me. God. And they'll be like, well, no.
Racist.
I'm sorry. Fuck. Jesus.
I
did said fuck Jesus, and God.
Oh, you say that all the time.
Do I really?
Oh yeah, that's a normal.
At no point, like, is Jesus going to be like, wow, really, Mike? Fuck you, Mike. I say fuck Mike all the time. He's never going to say that.
I laugh when we got that one comment of when I think you said renege, or I did, one or the other, and I was like, that's racist, and somebody took it as me being too soft.
Oh yeah, they was like, that is not.
It's not racist, Dylan. I was like, oh, you didn't catch the joke that it's just sounds like close, like you're about to finish. What is the full
version of renege though?
I have no idea.
I don't know either. It's like fucking, I don't know why. I know the other term for it when you call somebody an Indian giver, that's wrong.
Somebody used that on our Reddit, didn't they?
What?
Or no, they said Indian Christmas. I don't know what Indian Christmas means either.
Was it for one of our best stuff stories?
Yeah.
Indian Christmas.
I think that's what the title of it was.
We do so many fucking stories. Look, now Lost My Taco is going to have to go and fucking link that somewhere. Steven will be like, I know what it is.
Yeah.
Fucking shout out to Stephen Green, best fucking listener a podcast could have.
All right, so I'm going to finish this one out. In addition, father-in-law was under the impression that Dan had been freeloading off of our daughter because when my in-laws visited them, Dan didn't have a job. See, it's sounding more racist again.
I'm thinking like it's like Papa was like, I am not racist. They were like, oh, thank the heavens. And then meanwhile, Dan's just like, well, I mean, technically everybody's racist. Like everybody is. Color is something that you cannot escape from. Red, yellow, black, or white. It's when you look at somebody, unfortunately, because of how society is, you do see that in people. So in an extent, everybody has like preconceptions, no matter how much you want to like change shit. It is so ingrained in like the American psyche of we're a culture of a bunch of different cultures coming together. So you hear about different cultures, not even from your own, from different ones. And you formulate ideas about people, especially in childhood. You learn different things growing up. You learn that things said, my stepdad, super racist guy, the shit he said, you know what I'm saying? At least I was in a black community, so I could be like, well, the kids that I hang out with ain't like nothing like you said. Plus, you smoke crack, dude. Like, you are a terrible guy, so I'm not going to take what you say with a grain of salt. But it's just the more we just say, hey, we are all different. We can all fucking, culturally different, not as people. We all get sad, get mad, fucking cry and shit like that.
Well, and there's good people all the way through, and it doesn't matter. Like, I think normal prejudices and stuff fall mostly along class issues, but then like a poor black person's going to look at a poor white person and look down on them, and like a poor white person's going to look down on a poor black person. Whereas like, really they're, like you said before, it's like they're all the same for the most part. And then it breaks down on like how much money you have. But that doesn't mean like the rich people are better. They've got their own shit. You've got good rich people, you got shitty rich people, you've got, good poor people, shitty poor people. Like it's all just such a mixture of everything to like, but people do automatically have prejudices. Typically, they've got stereotypes that they apply to different people. A lot of times it's on class really more so than it is on race, but it's real easy to go class and race at the same time.
Look at this, guys. 2 white guys solving racism. Fucking beautiful.
Well, some of the most racist people I've met are not white people.
Let's not get into the whole, can you be racist towards white people?
No. I'm not saying racist towards white people. I'm saying racist to other ethnicities that are not of their ethnicity. Like,
dog, I am on Instagram. Bro, Hispanics and black people are just, they do not like each other. If you go to any Hispanic Instagram that's like popping off, horrible stuff in the comments. Also, how can Mexicans say the N-word? I do not get that to this day.
Well, everybody that isn't white can say the N-word. Pretty much gets a pass. Well, I guess maybe not Asian people, but
why don't they get a pass?
They're not dark enough.
I don't understand how this all works.
I don't either.
Man, we really need a black person on this podcast. Make it look cooler. Ask them these questions. They can explain it to us.
Yeah, why does this person get a pass? This person doesn't.
Right, yeah. Educate us on all this stuff.
Well, that was like that
need to read, learn.
NAACP lady that was actually just a white chick that was cosplaying as a black girl.
But she looks like look, I don't even know how to word it anymore. The left has you so scared to like say stuff. It's like, I don't even know what is her ethnicity. And they're like, wow, did you just ask that person where they're from so you could fucking be respectful? Yeah, like how the fuck am I supposed to go about this? Like, you're like, oh, hey, what's your ethnicity?
That's like
and it's like, wow, fuck you. But if I'm like, I'm Chinese, you fuck. And I'm like, I'm sorry. God, it's like you learn, you educate on features, and then.
That's when you ask a transgender woman with a beard what they would like to be called.
That's right.
Like, you are now transphobic.
That is, you are, and you have to read, learn, and kill yourself.
All right, so we're gonna finish this out. He thought he was freeloading. Well, Dan was paying his.
Sorry, every time you say that, I'm just thinking, why'd you think he was freeloading?
Because he's black.
That's right.
Well, they didn't say black, just person of color, so it could be anything. But Dan was paying his own way with his savings while he waited for his full-time vocational training to start. Dan's actually moved for that, so he and our daughter will be long distance until he starts his very secure full-time job. Father-in-law didn't know that either. So, does he approve of Dan now? No. He's still got to stick up his ass, they said in other regions. He's still got to stick up his ass that they were living together before marriage. Is he now willing to host Dan for the overnight visit? Also no. He still disapproves of their choices. Is he being a racist jerk? Also no. Yes, he still is. He's just an old-fashioned 80-year-old who doesn't understand the world has changed. Yeah, go ahead and ride that out, dude.
Just throw that old-fashioned in there, make it more right. Anytime someone says old-fashioned, I'm like, oh, fuck, somebody hates women or black people in here.
But he's 80 years old. Like, I mean, I guess a very well-to-do white guy could live to, like, 90s, but...
Oh, man, let me tell you the story about... We
got two.
Yeah, finish it out, and I'll give this little story.
All right, so that's where we stand. We still aren't going to the in-laws for Christmas. Dan still isn't welcome at my in-laws, but now we know why and what we're going to say to our daughter. The truth, that her grandfather isn't comfortable with having Dan stay over the night when they aren't engaged, and that it's his house and we have to respect that. That we're going to try to meet for lunch instead, and she and Dan are welcome to join us, and we'll let them decide. I'll be suggesting she talk to her grandfather directly.
I still think Papa's racist.
Yes, 100% he's racist.
And they've just believed it. It's like white people and like, I don't want to believe Papa's racist. And Papa goes, I'm not racist. They're like, oh, thank God. All that money and we just don't.
Clean money.
Yeah,
now.
and God, it's just so easy. Look, you walked in there, Dan, and they had the KKK robes, but that was for a web series that they were shooting about the Illuminati. And they're not really racist. If you don't know, right, literally over there we have Klan robes that we have for our web series about the Illuminati.
I had a ex that after we split, she dated a black guy, and the dad, I talked to him after, and he's like, it's not that he's black, it's that if they were to have kids, then their kids would be discriminated against, and so I just don't want that for my grandkids. And I was like, well, you're just racist.
Right, yeah.
It's like racist light,
Stand up
but
for your
it's,
grandkids, yeah.
Racist 0 calories, but it still says racist on the label.
Yeah, it's still there. Like, you're still getting it. You can't avoid the aspartame. But when I worked at the box shop, when I was a supervisor, we would always order DoorDash. That was how we lived, DoorDash, because nobody had time to pack it. We were working 12 hours, 7 days a week, okay? So one day, one of the guys there, Corey, he orders some food, and he's talking with the guy. The guy had asked him something. So the other guy obviously tried to text his friend. He was like, he's really good he's really cool for a black guy. He sent that to Corey by accident. So Corey's like, what the fuck does that mean? So he shows D'Anthony. D'Anthony and Corey are both black. And D'Anthony's like, I don't know. Let's ask him about it. So they came to me and they explained it. I'm in the office. I'm playing like Magic the Gathering or something like that, not caring that I just want to quit so goddamn bad at this point. But they're like, hey, can we bring him in to ask him about this question? I was like, fuck yeah, I want to see this. Yeah. So I waddle my fat ass out there and they bring him in there, and I'm telling you, in walks this. He's probably like a $130 on a good day. D'Anthony and Corey are like, D'Anthony's probably 6'5". I shouldn't say D'Anthony because that's in a box shop where I used to work. I mean, that's easy to pinpoint him out exactly. Sorry, D'Anthony, you got docs on this. But he's like 6'5". He's fucking tall as fuck. And Corey's like 6'2". So, and Corey works out a lot. He's fucking super muscular. So he's like, I just want to know what this text meant. And oh my God, I have never seen a white man turn 2 shades whiter. Immediately, all the blood was just out of him. He's like trying to explain, and he's just like, "Man, I just got so many." But we're like, and the way Corey kept doing it, he was, well, just elaborate, just give me a little bit of insight into your mind about why you would send this text message, why you sent it to me. And he was like, "Oh, is my friend have my phone?" He's like, "Oh, your friend, is he in the car? Will you bring?" He's like, "I had to drop him off," and he was coming up with every excuse in the book. And I mean, they were just making him sweat. And I just sat there and watched. I didn't fucking give a fuck. I was like, there could be a scenario where, because Corey, man, Jesus Christ, a guy who would go from 0 to 100 immediately. We'd always get the yellow matches because fuck, like I was training him how to be a fucking operator, and then like he would do mic in studio shit. Like he would be like, well, I'm not here because of, like, no, you're not here because you're sitting there fucking texting on your phone. That's why you're not fucking. And then he would start a screaming match. I would start a screaming match. I'd be like, I really don't want to get my ass beat today, but
still gotta
Yes, I'm a man. I ain't gonna back down. He's gonna know next time not to jump on me because he's gonna be like, oh, that one punch hurt, kinda, you know. But yeah, man, that was just that was funny too, and that was in the height of like the racial tension in America.
2020s.
2020, yeah,
Early
not in
2020.
not in like the 70s or 60s. I love how they're like, he's a old man from the 60s. I was like, yeah, because black people were loved in the 60s. I love when people also too, like they'll fetishize the 1920s. And I was like, well, you got any black friends? Because they're going to hate it.
I don't think anybody fetishizes the 20s.
Oh, they do. There's a whole fucking subset of people that fucking.
Well, I mean, I guess if you're like wanting to be a flapper roaring 20s or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
dancing and shit like that. There was a lot of people that used to do that shit. And then it was just like, well, if you have any black friends, black family members, well, they're not going to have the same experience that you have.
Well, and there was it's exactly like what it is now, where there's a fuck ton of like super, 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 super rich and then a bunch of broke people. That's how it was.
What, in the 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah, in the 20s, racism was just more abundant across the board.
Well, yeah, I'm talking about like people that pine for the days of the 20s, where it was not
okay.
It was not success for everybody. It was success for a few.
Yeah, they see all the people like fucking dancing there. I have a hair right here on my hat, but when I look at it, it goes away. You know, the fucking hair when you look up, it falls back, and it's gonna fuck with me until we end this fucking podcast.
So 2 more hours. I got 6 more advices in here.
Guys, this has been an episode of Two Daddies Judging Baddies. If you choose not to listen to the podcast anymore, we understand this was a super racist, homophobic, transphobic, all the phobic podcast. Pretty sure we said some fat phobic things in there.
But if you enjoyed it, please share it and like it and subscribe if you are not.
Yeah, share it with a friend. All right. I don't know if you would share it with a black friend because we did make a lot of jokes in this episode.
Or a trans friend.
We did not touch on, we didn't do anything anti-Semitic, so I guess
you still got a minute left.
There's something to look forward to next episode. Guys, we love you so much. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time.
Later.